So typically when I make videos, I like to have some kind of plan together, some kind of outline. Today I'm just going to wing it and we'll see what happens. So last week I made a video talking about Trump's tariff plan and how I think it's going to absolutely decimate the American guitar industry. And I spoke on that because this is something that I have a little bit of insight on because of my job here on YouTube. I've gotten to know a lot of amazing people in this industry over the last 8 years of doing this. Many of them have become close friends of mine, people who have built businesses manufacturing gear that we use as guitar players from here in the United States. And it was talking to those people that was sort of the catalyst for making that video last week. The response was, as you would expect, polarizing. Treading into any sort of even remotely political topic is going to elicit that reaction from people, especially in today's day and age. But there's one sort of comment that I kept seeing over and over again that really bothered me, and it took me a few days to sort of unpack it and figure out why. And that comment was basically saying, well, the guitar industry's been dying for decades, and frankly, it deserves to die. These companies deserve to die, and I just have such a problem with that. The point of the video last week was not to get into the weeds on policy and politics. It was to illustrate the fact that this industry, like many industries, is actually pretty small. And most of the brands and businesses that create the products that you and I use every day as tools are very, very small companies, oftentimes under 10 people. Big, well-known brands that you would think are way bigger typically aren't. And again, this is something that I know from experience, from working with these people and becoming friends with many of them. And the point that I made in that video was basically to say, hey, look, there are people behind these brands. There's people behind this gear. It's not just a product. This is someone's work. And whether or not you like someone's work or you choose to support someone's work is completely subjective. But no matter what it is, a pedal, an amp, a guitar, a plug-in, a piece of software, a synthesizer, those people had an idea and they chose to make something. And as someone who makes things, as a maker, I think that there's a level of mutual respect between makers. I'm a huge fan of Adam Savage. I grew up in the late 90s and the early 2000s, and as a kid, I was addicted to Mythbusters. I watched every single episode. I watched Discovery Channel basically every single day of my life. And as an adult, I still watch Adam Savage today. He has an amazing YouTube channel called Tested, which if you're not aware of it, you absolutely should be. I'll have it linked down below. I've read Adam's book, Every Tool's a Hammer, and I've gleaned so much wisdom from Adam Savage over the last few years, specifically from the context of being a maker and even realizing that I am a maker. To him, a maker is anyone who makes anything, a chef, a musician, a writer, a builder, a set designer. And I think the reason these comments bother me, this perspective that people have bothers me, is because it's sort of taking the humanity out of all of this stuff, right? It's stripping back the fact that there are people behind these brands and just saying, well, everything's overpriced and they're just ripping us off and they're making tons of money. It's like, that's just not the case. That's not true. And this whole thing just got me thinking about the value of making something. If you've ever put yourself into something, into your work, and then chosen to release that work publicly, you know that it's a big risk. That's a big step. Have an idea, to work on that idea, develop it, develop the skills necessary to formulate and build that idea out, and then call it done and release it into the world. It's a massive undertaking. And again, it doesn't really matter what it is. It can be a song or an EP. It can be a YouTube video. It can be a plugin that you were working on or an app that you were developing. So I think part of the reason I feel so strongly about this issue in particular, strongly enough to now make 2 videos related to this subject, is that I'm very familiar with that feeling of taking an idea, struggling with it, fighting with it, making it, developing the skills, not knowing how to do something, learning how to do that thing, finishing something, calling it done, and then putting it out in the world. At this point, I've done that thousands of times. And I have learned time and time again what value there is in that practice. It's arguably the most important thing that I do in my life on a regular basis, is this practice of idea, execution, completion, and release. And the reason I'm making this video is I think that this is something that you should do. You should make something. It can be anything, but you should get into the practice of making something. Because this is a music-based channel, a guitar-based channel, it's probably something music related, but it doesn't have to be. I think if more people did this, I believe deeply it would make the world a better place, because at the very least, it would make people more empathetic towards other people. Unless you've been through the practice of making something, releasing it, and face the failure of your thing, of your idea, it's hard to empathize with someone who builds pedals or amps or makes music for a living. Inevitably, at some point in the process, you're going to encounter something that you don't have the skill set to do. You're going to come across a task or need to do something to finish your idea you don't know how to do. You don't have the skills to do. And this is where you learn. I can't tell you how many things that I do now on a daily basis, whether it's using editing software or mixing or patching in a patch bay. So many skills that are now part of my daily life that I learned because I decided I wanted to start making things. And at many points in that process, I would encounter something where I would say, okay, I want to do this thing, but I don't know how to do it. To me, this is one of, if not the most valuable parts of being a maker, of making things on a regular basis. The skill set and the knowledge that you gain over time is huge, and it can and will change the trajectory of your life. It'll open up new doors and opportunities for you that you didn't have before. If you watch my channel on a regular basis, I'm guessing you're probably a musician, probably a guitar player, or someone who's at least interested in music and guitar. I would encourage you to start making something, and to start making something with the intention on releasing it. Start a project. Have a goal in mind and start working towards that goal. If you already are a maker, pick a project that feels too big. Pick something that you really want to do, but feels way outside of your comfort zone. It feels unreachable, unattainable, and start working on that thing. So yeah, just go make something. That's today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section down below. And while you're down there, this channel is supported by my video courses, so you can find out more information about the video courses. Links are in the description down below. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you real soon on the next one.